Hey guys, it's me, Jimmy Lou. Hey. Listen, I can't promise that I'm not going to take some kind of coughing spell. I've been coughing most of today. Have my water. And here we are. So, my area for overhead shots is a mess, and I needed this area to be cleaned off for working on this book later today. If you missed the beginning of this book, I did this out on the main page because one of my crafting friends is in need this time of year, and so some of the crafters tomorrow night, hi Linda, hello Sharon, some of the crafters tomorrow night, hi Stephanie, are doing an event, and it's Gingerbread House, and then we're auctioning off. So if you are interested in purchasing maybe this book, you can do it for a good cause. I'm not keeping any of the profits. It's all going to one of my good crafter friends. So, guys, I know I started a book base, and then I got sick, and I'm not sure what book base I started because I have about 4 of them sitting here. So I just thought, let's jump into, you guys had asked to do a trifold. And I have a pretty quick, it's a quick and easy one. And I thought maybe we could start that. And sorry, somebody wanted to see my mama's picture last night, and I need to put her back. But guys, I got my new board. They exchanged it for the right kind, and I'm doing a whole lot better with this. It's not getting snagged up, and so I'm super happy with it. Let's drop down to the table, okay? You will need 110 pound weight cardstock for this project. Hang on 1 second, because I'm wondering if my cream, it is, yay! I have cream color cardstock, and this might make a really pretty folio. So this is going to be a trifold. You love my shirt? I got it at Walmart. I got one of those scores too. Yes, I love it. I love this one. Hello, Grace. So this morning I spent doing the auction stuff from last week. So if you got auction stuff last week, check your messages, because I sent out all of the invoice things, and I'm going to be going to the post office tomorrow. So you need 110 pound weight cardstock for this. You won't need chipboard for it. So that's a nice thing when you don't have to use chipboard. Hang on, I need, all of my tape is empty. Hang on, I didn't get any tape out, and it's all under the table. Hang on, sorry if you're seeing my booty. There we go. So anyways, if you guys could see this room, I need to get in here and clean in the worst way, and it's just so tough because I do a little bit, and then I'm just so darn tired and exhausted, and then it's me and Larry. Larry's getting on my nerves. So we're on quarantine until next week. So this is called a quick and easy folio, and you need a piece that is 8.5 by 11. Okay, 8.5 by 11, and then we're going to score it. Guys, we're going to do a couple of scores. We're going to score it at 1 inch. We're going to score it at 7 inches. And then we're going to score it again at 8 inches. So 1, 7, and 8. Okay, so 3 score marks. Can you see those? It's a little tough, isn't it? 1, 7, and 8. Okay, and then just kind of fold that. And then we're going to take a second piece of the 8.5 by 11. I'm doing this because in the auction on Friday, one of the ladies had asked if I could remake one. So that's what I'm doing. I'm remaking one. And then your second piece is 8.5 by 11. And you're going to score it at 1 inch. At 1 inch. And you're going to score it at 6 3/4 inches. So 1 and 6 3/4, and then fold that, guys. Okay, and that's it. 2 pieces. And then what we're going to do is, oh wait, I know this. These two get glued together. And I just forget which way they go. It's this way, I think. No. Oh, wait. I know this. Hang on. I know this. I just made one, so I know it. These are the two spines. So this goes on like this. Yes. And then this folds in like so. That's because it's not 8.5 by 11. Because it's going to go like so. Okay. I told you I knew this. So these two 1-inch pieces are going to get attached together. Sorry about that. I felt like all fingers right there. I know some of you can feel my pain. I can't laugh because I'm going to start coughing. Anyways, one of these is a little flap that kind of tucks inside. And then there's another piece that we're going to add to the inside as well. Oh my goodness. You guys. Sometimes when you're doing like more than one book, your brain goes to brain fog. And that's what happened right there, in case you didn't notice that. So the two, at least I didn't have glue on it and was like all over the place with the glue and the trying to figure it out. So just make sure that's on there good and straight. Press it down good. Okay. So then this little flapper here is going to go on the outside. That's where we're going to add our magnets then. Okay. So then on the inside is this little flap. And let me just burnish this down a little bit, because then it'll stay in place. Okay. So it's a quick and easy. Look at how easy it is. Jimmy can't even do it. So when it opens, it's going to, you can have it open this direction, or you can have it open the other direction. It doesn't matter. So you're going to take another piece, okay, and you're going to cut it at 4 3/4. So 4 3/4, okay, just like so. Hold on a second. Is this the one I'm working on? No, this is the bigger one. See, I have a trifold started that I've just been working on to auction, and but it's not the same. It's not the same. So it's not. It's a little bit. This one's a little bit smaller. I had two folios that I was working on at the same time. So then what you're going to do is you're going to score this at 1/2 inch, because this is we're going to add this to the inside. And it's going to go as a flapper, as a page turner. So set that to the side. Cut one 6 by 9. 6 by 9. Keep all your scraps, guys. 9 by 6. And then this is going to get scored at 1/2 inch. So along that 9-inch side, I'm going to score that at 1/2 inch. Hey, Rita, welcome. Hi, Ruth Ann, welcome. Okay, so that's going to go onto the back page. There's a couple of different, things here that there's just different elements. So there's 8 by 10. 5 to 7. Okay, this is the one. Now I know which one I'm working on. I'm working on the one that has that surprise element in the back. And I'm just like reading this. I'm like, what the heck is this talking about? And then I remembered which book I'm actually working on. So this is going to have a surprise element, one of those like pop out things that come out at you. And I would show you the book, but here's the problem. I packaged it because someone bought it on the auction on Friday and it's already sealed up, ready to go to that person. So I'm working with my brain here. So I'm just going to set these two to the side because I want to work on that surprise element goes on this part right here in the center. This piece here is actually, we're going to trim it down a real little bit, guys. because instead of being 6 inches, it should be like 5 3/4. Because now I'm remembering, because it won't fit into the thing. I had to trim it off before, because this is going to flip up, okay? And this is going to be in the center here as a page. And then, but I want to work on this part right here, that surprise element thing, because once that's in place, we can do the rest. So you want to cut a piece that's 8 by 10, okay? And probably what we'll do is we'll get the base built today, and then next week we'll decorate it, and then you'll have it for Christmas if you're working on one. So, and then 8, so 8 by 10. Okay, and then we're gonna do some scoring. So, we're gonna score this right here at 2.5, 2.5, okay, and 5.5, okay, and then we're gonna flip it. We're going to flip it this way, and we're going to score it at 2.5, 5, and 7.5. And then I think I missed a score on this one. 5.5, 2.5, and 4. But the 4 isn't as important. That's just our center. The 4 finds the center. Okay, now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut off the 4 corners. 4 corners. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then we start to fold, and the folding is the tricky part, okay? That's, to me, is the tricky part. Hello, Chris. Welcome. So guys, if you aren't paid for book club, I'm going to start removing people because it's getting a little bit clogged up in here, and I keep forgetting that there are people that I should have taken off and I didn't, and you're still here. So if you haven't paid for your book club for December, now some of you took advantage of that deal last month where you paid for 2 months. If you haven't paid for December, I'll message you. Can I please share what magnets I use? Sure, but the only problem is I went to order magnets last night, and the person that I buy my magnets from is not selling magnets right now. So I don't know if I just am not going to be able to get them or what, but I will get you the measurements. I will get a link and I'll put it in here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take... I forget what I'm doing here. I forget what I'm doing. We're going to fold your middles. So those middle pieces fold. And then this top corner, I'm going to take it, I'm going to fold it down here to make kind of like an X in the middle. Okay, so just like so. I'm bringing this score line to meet this score line. So that's what you do, and then you get that middle. If you get your middle and you kind of pinch it, you'll be okay. And then just press that out. I promise it works out. I promise it works out. So just like so, and then open that up, and then take the other corner and do the same thing. And wait, this way. Do the same thing, because it's making like this unique fold that's going to be like a little pop-up element. Now, if you get like all fingers and you don't want to add this part to your book, you don't have to. Okay, it's up to you completely. Okay, so now see how we got going on here? If you just pinch this, if you pinch these two side ones, pinch it, you're going to get something that kind of looks like a house, and that's what you want. You want the little housey looking thing. Okay, now this to me is where it starts to get tricky, because we're going to add a piece that's going to go like right in here. So cut a piece that's 4¼ I have 4¼ by, and it doesn't say what I have 4¼ by. 4¼ by 8½ it is. 4¼ by 8½ because you're going to score it at 2 3/4. 2 3/4. You're going to score it at 5½. And then you're going to score it at 8¼ Okay. So just like so. And we need 2 of them. We need 2 of them. I think. I think I know what I'm doing, you guys. I'm sorry. It's, you know, it's COVID brain. I'm telling you, it's COVID brain. 5½, 2 3/4, 5½, and 8¼ That 8¼ is really small though. And then just like so. Okay. This is not right. I am tanking this live so bad, guys, so bad. Because see what happens is these two get glued, and then when it opens, this pops open and these pieces pop out, okay? So, but I can't remember how to put them together. Help me. Someone help me. I'm just trying to figure this out. Because you stick this in and then it opens. Oh my gosh. You guys, this part is right. This is the part that I know. So, I hate to be like, well, next week. I think part of it is I don't have the correct measurement there. I think that should have been scored at 8. Because I do know, like, this pops open. Like, this pops open. And there's, like, 4 panels that open up when you open it. This is supposed to be quick and easy. Let's do the waterfall. Keep these pieces, because I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to come back and tell you. Keep those pieces. So, you need 5 7/8. Sorry, 5 3/4. Yes, I need to go back and watch my original video. You are correct. So 5 3/4 by 6. 5 3/4 by 7. Just keep these together. 5 3/4 by 8. I have not tanked a video in quite some time, you guys. I think maybe open the one you have. I might have to. I like totally may have to. Okay, and then score these at 1/2 inch. So we're making kind of like a big, tall waterfall, okay? Score it 1/2 inch. Fold them up. Okay. Yeah, I might have to open it. I have to see. I don't remember whose it was. So you're going to have this long waterfall that's going to go in this center piece right here. And then right behind that last one, when you opened it, this pop-up piece like opens, and when it opens, there's this piece here that comes out, and I think this part here is what's throwing me, because I know it's 4 panels, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that it's not 3 panels, it's 4. And I think that, like, and I know it's not 6 panels. I know for a fact it's not 6. So I know it's 1. That's what it is. I think I just figured it out. I think we only need 1 piece of this. That little 2 3/4 extra. And then this gets glued on here. So that way when it opens, you get those 4 panels. Let me just, if I mess it up, don't you guys try it until I figure it out. Okay? I might have to do a special live this weekend just showing you how to do just this part. So let me just let that sit and be glued for a minute. And let's add our tall waterfall and our other pieces inside, okay? Because this is about it for our pieces. Unless you wanted to add like a pocket. I think in the other one I added a pocket. I shouldn't have packaged it up, but I thought it was, yeah, it was tricky when I first did it. I had, okay, so you've done it. Okay, good. So am I on the right track? I know I need to watch the video again. And I've done it in here. I've done it in book club. I've taught it in here. My mind just is not allowing me to remember like the step there. So go figure, right? Okay, so you have this little flapper that's going to tuck in, and that's going to cover over your element here in the center. And then you have your 1-inch spine, and then you have this panel here. So if you look at like your, this, what is this? It's like 3 inches. This is 3 inches. Then there's a 1-inch, and then there's this big panel. So on this big panel is where you're doing the tall waterfall. So you start with your biggest piece first. The biggest piece first goes down, because when that piece opens, that's where your surprise element is hiding. And again, you don't have to do it. You can make 1 extra long piece here and just not have the surprise element. You can do that too. 1 piece goes on one side of the paper, the other goes on the opposite page. Hey, brother. So I'm just attaching this down, just like so. Okay, and then the medium piece goes on top of that. So see, and then this smaller piece goes on top of that as well. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then we also have like a closure that's going to go over the top of this. That's going to hold it closed. Oh, yeah. So if you're joining me, welcome to the crap show, because it just is what it is. And I don't know, like I said, my brain just isn't seeming to want to. Maybe it's because I painted my nails. Maybe it's messing with me. Hi, Sherry. Welcome, welcome. I have a glue jabber stuck there. There we go. So I do know the long elements are really pretty, and you can round these corners if you want to be, you know, more. You can have the rounded corners if you like. You can have the squared off corners. That part is up to you. Yeah, it was a little tricky. Yeah, COVID brain. I'm telling you, it's a real thing too. I heard it. So, and then this one on top. So you got 1, 2, 3. Have I taught this one in here? Did I do this book in here? I didn't do this book in here before, did I? So then, you know, this is going to close up. That's going to be our outside piece. Okay, so our closure piece, the closure piece is 4 1/4 by 7. Let's see. Quarter, and then by 7. And then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And it's going to kind of have like this big fat closure piece on there. So, is it about rounding my corners? I'm pretty sure I did this one in here before. Did I really? I didn't think I did this one. I've done trifolds in here before. But I didn't think I did this one. I'm going to have to start marking it down when I do them in here so I'm not doubling up. You know what, you guys? But you know what? Let's skip the surprise element. Let's make our own. Let's make this our own, okay? Let's just make it our own. This is how sometimes, like, the books come about here, is I just end up like, oh, well, I take this part of this and that part of that and just throw it all together, right? So, because that other one, let me show you the other one that I'm talking about. Because I had two I was working on here to think of what I wanted to do in here. So this nice big fat one right there. Okay. And we'll put a magnet on there. But this is this one that I did. And this is also a Rosa Kelly. And when you open it, it's got a lot of like places for opening and, you know, a lot of fold outs. I'm still adding papers to it. This here opens like this, and then I've got these two little ones under here. And so this one just has a lot of fun, like, things to it. That was supposed to go here. See, I cut papers and I didn't glue them down. But then, like, on this side, it has these. This is a pocket that opens up. And then when you open this, this is a nice big yada yada here. And then over here, a flipper flapper opener upper thing. So that trifold is a lot of fun. It's just, it has a little bit fatter of a spine when you first start it. I know, I like doing them. I like doing a trifold because here's why. You don't need chipboard, you don't need anything extra fancy. You just need that 110-pound weight cardstock, and then the 110-pound weight cardstock and whatever decorative paper that you're going to use. So they're nice and easy and fun for you guys too. But I really honestly don't remember doing this one. But who knows? Okay, so then this will just fold up and we'll just tuck that in there. So we're going to throw out the whole surprise element. I'm going to be fooey on you. And underneath here, we might still use this part though. Underneath here, instead of having that pop-up surprise element, let's add something here. A pocket. Let's put a pocket. Why not? Let's have a pocket. So let me just take a measurement. Okay, I'm back on track now. So that's 6, so 5 3/4. So do 6 3/4. And do 6 3/4, and then let's see, how tall will this be? And then let's cut it down to 4.5 inches. And then we're going to do some scoring. So 1/2 inch on 3 sides. On the 2 short sides. Okay, and 1 of the long sides. Just like so. And then miter cut your corner, just like we typically do when we're making a pocket. Fold our sides in, and then our bottom up last. I know I did like those easy ones. Like I did like different seasons. I remember doing those. This one I don't. I just watched this one. That's why I'm like, did I do this one in here? If I did, it would have had to have been like last month. I don't know. I couldn't remember which book I started with you guys in here. So I have to go back and rewatch my own so that I can pull it up and pull out the directions. I have the books. I have like 3 books over here that I'm working on at one time. And with COVID brain, that's probably not the smartest thing to do. But just miter cut my top corner, or my, you know, top little panels up here. And then we're just going to add this underneath that flipper, flapper, flopper thing, so that, you know, it'll be hidden. There'll be a hidden pocket back there instead of that pop-up. I'll figure the pop-up up so that I can show you. I know. I'm going to work on it tonight so we can get the rest of the base built. And then tomorrow, we'll pull out some papers. I'm going to pull papers today. And we'll decide what papers to use. And it's going to be fun. So, and then we're just going to add this right down here over top of that closure. Right in there like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, and that's a nice big place for either your journaling, or for you to put your pictures. You can do pictures. So let's just we're going to make this a little pop-out surprise little thing on this side. Hang on a second. I'm going to give this a nice crisp fold. Nice crisp fold. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach this, that it's going to pull out. Okay. So it's just going to attach right here on the bottom, and then it's going to pull out. So you know what, let's do a ribbon. Hang on. Ribbon. It's tough to pick ribbon when you're not sure what you're gonna do. Oopsies doopsies. Oh, that's easy. I'm gonna go with this. That's too thick. Hang on. I wonder if I do, if I add yellow elements to it, if it'll look pretty no matter what color. Well, we're gonna go with it. I'll have to make sure my paper matches my ribbon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of ribbon that's gonna be long enough to wrap around and tie a bow on the outside of this. Okay, so what I want to do, hang on, I hope nothing makes a crashing sound, but it is possible. Just letting you know ahead of time that I'm picking up about 100 things at the same time. Hang on. Something could crash, I hope not, but you never can tell. Okay, I'm just pulling out some paper now. Listen, you guys ever want to come and hang out and just clean my craft room, just let me know. I do like this one. Let's use this one. Because it's not a full complete pack, so I think it'll be fun to use some of the pretties that are in here, like the Santa on the front, okay? Will be pretty. So I'm just going to pull a piece of the paper because we're going to do a backing on this inside panel. So the inside panel is, is 3 inches. So we're going to cut it 2 3/4. 2 3/4. We're just playing now, guys. 2 3/4. Okay, and we're just gonna mat this inside flap, okay? And then these are 8 1/2, so we'll do 8 1/4. Just remember, whenever you're matting anything, you can go down 1/4 inch, unless you like a nice tight mat, then just go down 1/8 inch, okay? So let's add this on here. And the reason I'm doing this is so that it will be covered, and I won't have to piece anything together in the long run. So even though I'm going to put something on top of it, it'll still look good. Plus, I like this. This paper pack is pretty because it has some punch outs to it, which is fun. Okay, so now I have my piece here that is going to go over top of this, just like so. but I want to add this ribbon. So in order to add ribbon so that it doesn't like flip and flap everywhere, take your ribbon and lay it out. It's probably longer than I need. And then just take a piece of your double-sided tape and just tape it right over top. Just like that. Then take that top piece off. Add your glue to your flipper flapper piece. So then that way I'm using what I made a mistake with. Let's see. Yep. Wait, is that the way I want to go? Yep, that's the way I want to go. And then just put your piece that you're putting over the top. Just press that down. And then we'll mat these. This is just be a little fun, extra little thing. So cut off my ribbon. I'm going to tie it down to hold it in place until we get back to matting it and stuff. So, in fact, this, no, it's not going to work. But hang on to all your scraps because you never know. You can make little journaling cards. You can make tags with them. You can run them through your die cut machine, any of that kind of stuff. So, that is definitely longer strings than I need, but off. And then that yellow kind of will match with the rest of the paper. Okay, so we have this piece here that we cut the 4 3/4 by 8 1/2, and then we scored it at 1/2 inch. We're going to make a flap right here in the center. That's just gonna it's gonna fold down like this, and this is gonna fold down like that. So it's gonna it's gonna open. Okay. I am so excited for the gingerbread house. I really am. And I was like, okay, what could I do? What could I do? And then I was like, oh, you know what? If I did that little schoolhouse that Rosa Kelly did, that'll be fun. And then I can make it look like a gingerbread house, or, you know, hopefully make it look like a gingerbread house. Hopefully. So now we have this. So we have these two pieces will open like this. Okay. And we also have this top piece, which I think I was supposed to add over the top of this. But if I do that, it's going to become too bulky, you guys. So I'm not going to do that. So let's make it that it's going to open on the inside here, so that we're going to have like this. So I'm going to cut another piece like this. And this was 9 inches by 5 3/4. 9 by 5 3/4, and then it was scored at 1/2 inch. Okay, so just like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm laying it on my trimmer, and I'm just taking a sliver, just a sliver off the bottom. Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'm a little nervous about it, to be honest with you, because if it doesn't work out, it doesn't look like a gingerbread house, I'm going to be in doo-doo. Okay, so this is going to go here at the top of the inside here. Make sure it's not touching your bending lines, your folding lines, because you want it to close up, okay? Oops, that could have went over a little bit. A little bit more into the center, Jimmy Lou. Wait a second. I did have it in the center. Dum dum me. I'm gonna title this video Jimmy Lou messes it all up for you. That's gonna be the title of this video. And then this other piece down here is gonna open on the bottom, so it's gonna open 4 ways. So there's lots of places in this trifold to put a lot of different things. Now you're seeing some of the process, some of the how the brain up here works. Okay, so just like so. And then this will fold down, this will fold over, this will fold over, and then we're going to add a magnet there. If I can get them off. Oops, I got 3. I only need 2. And then we're going to have to add a tie closure. instead of I'm going to have to add a tie closure to this because when I added this and it needed magnets. So unless I were to tuck it in like so, which could be done, we could do that. Let's do that. Then it'll have that magnetic closure. First, let's add the magnet here. Excuse me. Now I can't find the end of my tape. Excuse me, guys. So let's add our little magnet here. And our magnet for the other side. Just like so. We'll fold this over like that. Now, the magnets to close here, okay, they're going to have to go along this side. So keep that closed. And then, let's see. I'm going to add 2. Just because 2 will make it just a little bit stronger for holding the whole thing together. Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm not babbling along too much. Hopefully. Boy, that's a long piece of tape, Jimmy Lou. Okay, and then just add your top magnets right there. Just like that. And then like this. Okay, and then when you go to put your piece together, make sure that this part here, like it's equal. Okay, you don't want to have it unequal, and then you're listen, it's fighting me, guys. It's fighting me. I'm not sure why either, but we'll get it all worked out here in a second. So just make sure it's even along the edge there, and then press your magnets on. Okay. Just press that tape down. There we go. There we go. There we go. And it'll still have a magnetic closure. So then, you know, we have that nice big, instead of that separated flap, we have that bigger flap. And I don't know if my Santa is going to fit across there without putting the reindeer somewhere else. But the Santa in the sleigh is cool in the paper pack. But there's also, you know, there's also the houses are very pretty that we could do on the cover. Just a lot of different things that we can do there. So, what time is it? We've been on 45 minutes, huh? We'll go till 2, okay? We'll work till 2, and then whenever is not finished, we'll finish the next time. Listen, this is gonna have to be folded up and tucked all in the right way when you go to close it, or it's gonna just be wonky, okay? But that's okay, because trifolds are supposed to be a little on the wonky side. Okay, let's move Santa. We have, where are those houses? Some very pretty papers in this paper pad. It even has like, it has postcards. I think I'll cut the postcards out for the journaling cards, which will be fun. So I'm just taking this piece here and let's measure. So we got 5 3/4. So we're going to go 5 1/2. 5 by 8 1/4. So 8 1/4 tall. Which is nice because it'll keep all the houses and stuff in place on the front and back. So our tree took out our power. Oh no, now you have to get an electrician. Oh my gosh, Sharon. No way. So we said 5 1/2. What did we say? Measure twice, cut once. 5 1/2. 5.5. So I want to make sure that my 5.5 is not going to cut off my Santa. So 5.5 and 5.5. Okay, so let's cut 5.5 here. Okay, and it didn't hit my Santa, so this can be the back part of my book. Okay, and then I can turn it this way and I can get 5.5 and not cut my Santa off there. It's going to trim off some trees, but that's okay because we're still going to have houses for the front. And then I can piece together pieces for my sides here like this. Give me that. If I take off a sliver of that, I can have that on the side. And then I can do 3/4 of an inch here by 8.25. And it'll have that kind of like snowy sky scene type thing going on. And then I still have the greetings that I can use for journaling card or any of that stuff. Yeah, this paper pad, and I have this paper pad a while. So I'm not sure if I have it a year or 2 years, but it did come from Michael's. Because it's older, because this is how their hot buys used to read. It used to be Craft Smart, not Recollections. So I have it a while, but you know, you never know, you might stumble across it. Okay, so we just glue these on here. It did work out nicely, didn't it? I planned it that way. Something had to work out here today, since that little surprise pop out element thing didn't go so swell for us. So, but I like that it has the Santa on the front, and I'll add, I'll pull out my Christmas pieces, and we'll put something on the front cover to make it a little more fancy too. But I love that it has this. But also, remember I said this has these punch out elements in this pad, which are fun also. Because we have this big Santa, we have candy canes, there's a tag that says snow, there's one that says joy. I do like the Santa. I wonder if we can fit him on the front here. He's kind of cool. But these are like tags. They have like the holes for the tag. So even if we put the Santa, you know, somewhere on here, that would look, I want to use the Santa. But, you know, we can cut out the greetings. There's just a couple of things there that we can do, so we'll figure it out. I love this paper pack. When this is gone, I'm going to be a little sad. I'm just putting that out there. It's going to be a sad day when I bust this pad. So yeah, if you're just real careful when you're trimming, anything that's smaller than 6 inches, you know, out of a 12-inch piece, a scene like this, you can put together pretty nicely. And I just realized something. Did I? Hopefully I didn't put in anything upside down. No, we're good. And I do like the yellow ribbon. The yellow ribbon is kind of pretty. It'll enhance some of the other colors in here, so I'll use it in another place too, I'm sure, because even just tying a bow and, you know, hot gluing a bow at the top of a pocket or on the front of a closure just works out really nicely. And when you're doing a scene like this, the fronts and back, then you got to be careful that when you put your back piece on, that it's not upside down. What is the name of the paper pad? Classic Vintage is what it's called. It's a hot buy. It's called Classic Vintage. I'll hold it up here again in a second. So join me at 4:30 on the main page. We're going to work on the gingerbread house. I'm not sure what paper pads I'm going to pull out. I have this, I think I have this pink. I want to use, because I think if I add like some pretty laces, and it'll just be that non-traditional. So it looks like this, and it's just called Classic Vintage. So, and it has some really pretty papers in it. So, okay, so there we go. There's our back cover, our spines. Here's our Santa in the front. So then when you open That's where you want things to be looking kind of wow. So even the greetings, we can do that sideways over the inside cover here, because that's 2 3/4. So if we trim that down, and then we do the 8 1/4, the greetings is still part of that, and that, I think that's going to look really cool. I do. I like it. I like it. I like it. Because there's not much you can do there except for to maybe journal. Write a to and from message if you're giving it as a gift. If you use it as a December daily, you can journal. You can definitely journal on it, you know, around where it says greetings. But, and you can, if you like inking, if inking is your thing, pink, lime green, pale blue, oh, for a whimsical look. Yeah, kind of whimsical. I'm going to give everybody kind of a choice tonight. I'm going to pull out a couple pads, and oh, gotta wash my hands now after I'm done, because listen, they're doing it again. They're doing the whole cracking and peeling thing. So our inside cover here, then all like my little scraps from the rest of the stuff that I cut, I'll use to cover that up. So let me see. I thought I had a pencil here, and I don't. Why do I not have, like, I should have 100 pencils so that I can do my measuring. So I know everything is 8 1/4, top to bottom. If it's a full length, like this piece here, that's 8 1/4. So 8 1/4, and then I'm going to go by 4 for this. I need 2, one for this flap, one for this flap. Then it's going to be the same thing here. So 8 1/4 by 4. And then these are going to be 8 1/4 by, they're going to be a little bigger. They're going to be 5 1/2. So I'll need 2 there, front and back. And this is going to be slightly smaller. 8 1/4 should still work, but we might have to take a sliver off. And then by 5 1/2. And then our inside piece here, because we're going to cover this up too, is going to be 5 3/4, and then it should be 8 1/4. Yeah. Okay. So, and the reason it's not going all the way over is because this is on hinge. Can you guys see that? Like, this is coming over, but this part here is on the hinge. So I might even do like a sliver to cover that up. But, and you can make your open and close here whichever direction you want it to be. And then our little flapper here is going to be 4 inches by 6 1/4. So 4 inches is good because you could get a lot of cuts out of the 4 inches. Okay, so these are going to be 5 1/2. They're all going to be 5 1/2. And then this one is going to be by 5 1/4. This one should be 6 1/4. This one's going to be 7 1/4. Yep, all the same size, so by 5 1/4. And then these back here, we're going to cover up over our pockets, which is going to be 5 1/2 by, this should be 4. Yep, so by 3 3/4. And then this is going to be for the pocket. We're going to kind of tuck into the pocket, so we're going to go 4 3/4 by 5 1/2. Nope, by 5 3/4. Now, why did I do 5 1/2 on that? Because it is 5 1/2. So 5 1/2. And then if you want to cover up these smaller pieces on the inside cover there, you know, you can use your scraps for that too. So then the next part is just really deciding like what papers do you want to pull out and use. So my Santa, this Santa, he is so cool. Guys, I want to use him for something, but he's not going to work out in this book. That's all there is to it. But we have Christmas bells, and we have these gorgeous snowflakes with the glitter. We got some reindeer. These are our tags. And candy cane stripes. We got some poinsettias. Those are fun. I'm going to pull out one of these because I'm going to cut these apart to use for journaling cards or photo mats and tuck them into that pocket, because that'll be fun. And I don't like the Christmas trees, but I might end up having to use them. And this, I'm trying to steer away from the pink in this pad as much. Ooh. Sorry. As much as I can, but yet, I don't know, I love the fun colors. So, we'll see. Let's see where we're at. Let's scoot this over. Like I said, I'm going to cut these postcards apart. They're going to be 4 by 6, which is nice. Size for journaling card. Plus they have the Santas and the Merry Christmas, just that vintagey kind of feel. See? So, you know, you can add a photo to this if you wanted to, or use them for journaling. So we tuck them in that pocket. That's going to make it fun. And in fact, any of these, they could have actually covered the pocket. 5.5 by, yeah, we just have to trim it down if we wanted to, but I'll just put those postcards in there. I think those will be a nice, fun journaling element. I do. What do you guys think? And if you didn't want to use them for journaling, you could send it as a postcard. Definite fun. So just tuck those in there for now. And then, let's see. I am going to do 4 inches here by the 8 1/4. And then I'm going to do the same thing at this end. Just cut off that branding strip. And we're going to go to 4 inches. By 8 1/4. So then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch them so that the poinsettia is at the top on one part and at the bottom on the other, just to make it a little more fun. Just something a little different. So just like so. Do, 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 do. And you also have to remember, you don't want to chuck full your book full of like all of these different elements and stuff, that when someone adds pictures to it, it's that fat that they can't close it, or the magnets won't hold it closed. So you got to be careful what, like, extra ephemera and those little extra things. You got to watch out for those things. So, but I think this Santa, I think I'm going to use him on that flap. I just need to. I need to use Santa. Okay, so I have to take off the stickers here for all of my magnet pieces on this one flap right here. Since I painted my nails, I can't pull paper off the back of these. Everybody with me still? Or did I lose everybody? It's soon I won't be able to get this glue because it gets too cold here in Pennsylvania for them to ship to me. Last year I had someone was like, oh, I'll ship it to you, and they shipped it and it actually froze. And art glitter glue, when it goes below a certain temperature, the chemical buildup of it changes, and what ends up happening is pretty wild actually, because oh, this will look good. It got like really hard, almost like stick glue, and then I couldn't use it at all. So 6 1/4, and then just round my corners at the top. this on here. Here we go. Here we go. Now listen, I'm going to stick this stuff away, and next week we'll come together and we'll finish this up. Does anyone have a size book that they're hoping to learn to make while they're here in book club? Is anybody looking for like 8x8, 6x6, 7x7s? Paul Ford makes a beautiful 7x7 that's just super fun. So I love that Santa for right here. And I'll show you here in a second what I'm doing with him. I'm just gluing him down. I was going to pop him up and make him three-dimensional and stuff, but I decided not to. Let's just add him nice and flat. He's a jolly old St. Nicholas, guys. Hello, Sue. So see what I did there in the center. So we worked on this part right here. Okay. And we have this flapper that folds down here, and then we have those long pieces there. Keep your pieces like this, because we probably will be able to get some of our matting out of these extra pieces. If not, cut them into tags, stick them into your pockets, any of those things really. So I covered up the measurements on that. Why do I do that? Why do I do that, guys? Why? I think it was 4 inches. Yeah. So let's do these wooded trees on the inside here. So 4 inches by 8 1/4. 8 1/4 is going to be our up and down. So if you're using directional paper, be careful which way you cut it. Because if you cut it the wrong direction, you'll have some issues there. So 4 inches and 4 inches. So these are going to be my side flaps out here. Yay! And then I have that one little that's going to drive me batty if I don't add something there. So this will be fun if I just cut off 3/4 of that tree and add it in that inside kind of flap thing. So let's add those. Miss Eileen, I need for you to send me a private message with your address so I can send out your prizes from the card club, the card kit that we did. Oh, I can show you guys something. I'm about to show you all something so that you save your Christmas money. Okay. Let me glue these two down. And then we're going to take a break for today, and we'll finish this up when we meet together next time. I'll try to figure out that goofball surprise element that I was trying to stick in here. And not that I'm going to stick it in now, but just so that you guys can see what I was trying to do there. So let's add this here. And this is nice because you can get a 3x5 photo on there and still have room to journal at the top. Especially if you add some tags and stuff, that's always fun to add little captions for your vacation or whatever it is that you're adding. So it was a true surprise, wasn't it? I think that's why that reel did so good when I showed it, when it popped at the end. I think people were trying to actually figure that out. Okay, so let's close this over. Okay, and we're going to close this up for now. And then I'm going to stick this to the side. Guys, okay, so I did a thing. And Close to My Heart has a new catalog that's coming out, okay? And I'm so excited for this catalog. I am not showing anyone else this yet, only book club. This is a Zippo Lippo, okay? I'm going to tell you, if you loved Shauna's bee book, you are about to go bananas over the papers and stuff in this kit. Okay, there is bee stamps that are coming out, okay? Bigger ones than I'm about to show you, but look at this beautiful stamp set that's coming out from Close to My Heart. It has these flowers. This has a die cut with it, and then it has this itty bitty bee. Can you see this itty bitty bee right here? It says, thinking of you, sweet friend. a heartfelt thank you, wishing you sunshine and happiness. So this is called Sweet as Honey. It's a card making set that you can get from Close to My Heart. Is coming out in January, guys, and Shauna is having a party in January. Look at this. These are cork shapes, Sweet as Honey. It's just like little cork stickers. Look at, if you want to do a bee book, if a bee book is on your to-do list, because Shauna did one, I'm gonna have papers and stuff to show you. Wait, do you see the papers? Okay, so these were like the pieces to make the cards and stuff for the kit. I was sick, so I missed the workshop. But these papers right here were just part of the launch. Okay, so launch, they send you samples. But look at the black paper, the white or the yellow paper, and just these papers alone are pretty enough to do a book. I'm going to be doing a bee book. Shauna is getting some of the papers already, I know, and she is planning to do a book with these papers. Guys, so then I was so excited. Okay, so it comes with this one came with scrapbooking papers. So you can't actually get this kit, but you can get these papers, okay? And this is the paper and sticker set. And you'll be able to order this. It's Sweet as Honey is what it's called. Here are the stickers. Guys, look at the bees and the colors. Are these just not the best? Look at the bee. Love goes on forever, family, world's famous. Down here it says, oh, honey. Moment in time, my happy place. It's got just these vintagey looking, oh, I just love it. But check the paper out. Double-sided paper, guys. So you get 2 sheets that are double-sided. It has the bees and the honey. Look at the hearts going up. I know, you guys love it. And then the other side is kind of like the newsprint. So you get double-sided paper. And then I don't know what this pattern is called. I should learn what this pattern is called. But look at, this is the opposite side of it. So definitely making for a great bee book. Okay. And then the last paper is this on one side, but look at the bees on the branding strip across the top. But look at the back side of it. This is the back side. Do you love it? And I do know that in the catalog, I don't have the book right here. Next time we meet, I'll show you what's in the catalog. I love the newsprint. I love the kit completely that I got as a launch. It was the first time I ever did a launch with Close to My Heart, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect, but it didn't disappoint because we got tutorials on how to make the different cards and things like that, and how to use the stamps. This would make just a great border for an entire front of a, just would be awesome. And then it has these little tiny bees. The stamp itself has these little, they're so like, okay, so there's this size here, but then there's these itty bitty ones. But then there's another stamp set in the book. There's another stamp set in the book that has a bigger bee with it. So save your Christmas money. Save your Christmas money, because we're gonna do some fun things using these papers and stuff. I'm excited to use them, but I need to do the class so that I can do all the cutting and all that fun stuff. So I will see you guys next week in here, next Thursday at 11 a.m. I think 11. It might be 11, it might be 1. And I will see you later today when we work on our gingerbread house, you guys. I'm excited for the gingerbread house. So I will talk to you all real soon. Have a really good day. Be merry and be kind. It's important. See you soon. Bye, guys.